Welcome, rulevacantland.com. This is Luke Smith, and I'm trying to do a live feed, so we'll see if this thing starts up. It's green, everything's green. I think we might be live and going for it. It's Monday morning. I missed the last two Monday mornings, one for jury duty and one for my wife's birthday party stuff. So I'm back. I want to give some land away, and so I'd say, listen, today I'm going to try to give some properties away, or I'm going to give some properties away. Usually I do a deal review every Monday morning, 9 a.m., but it's a holiday. It's a weekend. It's a 3-day weekend. Kids are running around. I might get interrupted. I want to make sure to give some land away, and so I'm gonna start off in a couple minutes giving some land away, and then finish with giving some land away, and in the middle let's buy some more land. We can sell for some good prices, the cheapest stuff in the area, get the cheapest just sell it fast, right? So I don't have anyone to bring on the show today because it's a holiday, so I'm just gonna be talking head. Got a couple guys. Shelby, good morning, guys. A couple people chiming in, looking for some land deals on a holiday morning. Thanks for listening and watching, guys. I've got the screen pulled up from last night. I got pulled away from the computer like 1 a.m. or something last night, the kids' stuff. And what I was working on is mailing out offers. I've been hitting a couple different counties, and I've been restocking in counties and I'm all sold out in. So right now I'm all sold out in Shasta County, and I should make sure I'm all sold out in Shasta County. Let's jump into the website. I'm pretty darn sure I'm all sold out in Shasta County. I'm like 99% sure. Unless maybe someone else put something up for sale there. So I'm on rulevacantland.com, and I'm going to California, Shasta County. You know, I'd like to circle back to Shasta County because it's treated me well in the past. It's a beautiful county, nice streams. Yeah, there's nothing left for sale. How many did I get there? So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I got 9 of them last time I mailed the county, and see if we can hit it again. I think I'll hit it at some higher prices this time and see what we can pull off. So I've got RealQuest pulled up, and I've got a search that was made for another county that's not made for Shasta County, and I want to edit this a little bit. So I think one of the things I'm going to have to get rid of is all the land use on here and target it directly to Shasta County land use. Land use is going to be like I think it's the county coded land use. Whoops, I just got rid of the zip code thing I wanted to keep. I'm going to do 0% improved. I'm trying to go for vacant land. I don't want land with buildings on it and structures and stuff. Something that I have to inspect and might have weird title. Vacant land's usually a lot easier title wise. No liens, and never any liens, but usually no liens. Someone's asking, do I ever plan on getting any land in Iowa? You know, my golden arrow to deal in land is making offers, making cash offers and buying land. And someplace like Iowa, the properties, I believe, this is my impression, I may be wrong, are much more homogeneously priced. Whereas if you have something that's weird terrain, middle of nowhere, goofball stuff, the prices are more obscure. It's more artsy. It's more, what do you believe the price is? Instead of this is the price per acre. This is how it trades. This is what it is. So I don't feel like I can compete as well in that kind of farmer's market where the farmers know what they can pay for the price, and they know the quality of the dirt. They know if there's a wash or something there that doesn't grow. And I don't feel comfortable betting on that. Yeah, so a bunch of people signing in. Thanks, guys. I'm going to give some land away to people who are subscribed. You're obviously subscribed and haven't won before or don't work with me or for me in some regard. I'll give you some land here in a little bit. But first, I want to buy some more land. So I'm talking about Shasta County because this is where I left off last night, and it's holiday weekend, so I'm just going to do a quick one here. So I narrowed this down, Shasta County, and I'm going to get down to land use because I got to customize the land use to this particular county. And so I don't want wasteland, warehouse, vocational, whatever, vacant mobile home, vacant limited. I want vacant land. All this other weird stuff that I gotta get goofy on the zoning with. Strip, commercial, stores, office, store, storage tank, storage, stockyard, state property, stable, skating rink, shipyard, SFR. Let's do single family residence. Rural home site, that sounds like my kind of place. Residential lot, residential acreage. Recreational, I'm going to skip recreational. Real ranch, I like ranch. Don't want park, I don't want orphanage, don't want office stuff. Nursery, nursing home, nightclub. Multiple uses, multifamily, mountainous land. I'm going to leave out mountainous land. I think I would just price the mountainous land differently. I'm not going to do that in this mailer. I'm not going to do forest land. That gets some weird zoning. Get into forest land in my experience. Forester people trying to suppress housing and keep it economic to do forestry stuff. Cabin, that sounds good. A lot of codes to choose from. Okay, we're gonna add those in there. Let's see what the whole county gives us, and then I want to whittle down. The thing I want to do different in this mailer is that I want to go by zip code. I want to get more targeted price wise. I keep saying this, I keep saying it, I keep saying it, and I don't do it. I usually just blow a whole bunch of offers out there and see what comes in. But I want to get more targeted because I was doing the math on this last round of mailers, and I sent out like 10,000 offers, and I got like one property in every 650 offers. And I think if I price by neighborhood or zip code or something more targeted, I think I'm just going to get more targeted over time. I can up that number. Maybe I can get one property in 100 or in 500 or 200 offers or something instead of one in 650. So let's see if we can do that. So let's see what kind of numbers we got on here. This is the whole county. I'm doing 0.7 through 11 acres. Should probably do bigger than that, huh? I think I'm going to up the size. What website are you on right now? I'm on RealQuest. This is a paid subscription. This is data that you can get. This is like the same people as what do you call it? You know, like that do your credit checks and stuff. You know, Equifax, Experian, or one of those companies. It's one of those companies. I forget exactly which one. CoreLogic, and one of their products is RealQuest Professional. And this is a service I get from Land Academy. I'm a member of Land Academy, and they give me access to this as being part of their membership. Otherwise, it's like a couple $100 a month to get into this data. So this data, let's see what we got. We got 24. That's not very many records. I'm going to bump up the size of this. See if we can blow up the size a little more. Because if I just did the whole thing, like those same kinds of statistics, I'd probably buy 3 or 4 properties. If I So I'm going to go a little bit bigger size. We'll see if we get any more properties in there. We'll see if we can get the quarter, half sections, 20 acres. $24.49. That's not very many 20s. Like 25, 20 acre ones. Let's bump it up to 40s. See if there's 40s in the area. April Hernandez says, "Hi, Mom." Dan Potkey says, "Hi, Luke." Hi, Dan. Hi, guys. Thanks for chiming in. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to give some land away. But right now, I'm trying to buy some more land. This is what I was working on last night, and I got cut off. So for your live show, what are we going to do? We're going to talk about buying land and strategize. I'm sure you guys have pointers on better ways to buy land. Danny Wales asking, is most of the land you have in Arizona in the middle of the desert? It's a really good question, Danny. I mean, yeah, I do a lot of desert land in Arizona, but that's not all of it. I've been doing a lot of California lands recently, like in the mountains, in the hills, some of them on streams, lots of big trees. They suck up a lot more capital than the desert ones. But I think a mix of all those is nice. If you look at the website, ruralvacantland.com, you can see properties all over the place. Especially if you go to the map search part of the website, you can see that there's a good spread of properties across the country, really. So I changed it to, well, I wanted to change it. Let's change this up to 42 acres. I'm doing 42 because 40 is a quarter of a section. And that's a pretty common way to split stuff up. It's a pretty normal size property is 40 acres. So we'll see if there's a bunch of 40s out here. And there's a little bit more, 2461. Well, yeah, I got 12 properties and 40s that meet the criteria. Yeah, there's not very many properties in Shasta County. So we're going to get more strategic about the pricing of these things. See, Lonely Prepper Homestead says, Luke, do you have to maintain membership in Land Academy to continue to use the different sites? Have been looking at the Academy. No, you don't have to maintain membership and Land Academy to continue the different sites. You could buy the different sites like on your own. You go subscribe to them. But the thing about the Land Academy membership is that they aggregate a lot of these things. They basically resell them to you. So they get, like a title shop would get kind of subscription, and then they have sub users. And so they're buying all this data, and most of the people probably don't use it. They use little bits of it. I probably use the most. I'm guessing, because I have them like up the limits and stuff for me. So no, I'm probably breaking the limits more than everybody else. So, I'm kind of freeloading off of a lot of the other people that are subscribing, and kind of subsidizing the other members. So if you're buying into that group, you can get the data at discounted rates than going to buy it all on your own. It's the idea. It's a lot easier too, just one-stop shop. So what was I doing? So I got my acreage, my improvement, my percent, property tax. I did $1 and greater property tax. I'm going to play with that in a little bit. Strategy of doing the $1 and greater property tax is to get rid of like parks and weird stuff. And the ones that have like no taxes on them, they sound awesome, but I mean, you go look them up in reality, it's like, man, I do not want that land. Or it's some weird owner that's like the government that's not going to negotiate with you. They don't have the motivation. They don't have the fire underneath them like a tax bill coming regularly to kick them out of that land. So 2461. Yeah, it's just not that much property there. Quarter of that's like all one neighborhood. So let's bump up. I want to get rid of the junkiest junky properties. So let's do $20. Let's see what happens there. If I do $20 taxes and up, like the stuff that's at the bottom of a riverbed and on a cliffside and those things. I just not waste my time on them. Let's try that again. So I'm filtering those out by making the base taxes a little bit off of the floor. See how many properties that gets us. 2454. Well, that took out 6 properties that have $20 less taxes. 2454. Okay, let's take out the crazy taxes. And what do you think? Taxes over $2,000 or something? Let's see what happens when we take out $2,000 and plus taxes. So the idea here is getting rid of the ones that have houses on them, the ones that are really fancy, the ones that they're just not going to sell to me at the prices. I don't have enough money to buy those properties. Even if I did, I get stuck with some crazy tax property I don't want to keep up with. I just want the stuff in the middle. I want the, the bread and butter, basic, not crazy on either side, just basic stuff I can price easier. 24, 25, 24, 25. So it's taking out some of the crazies. I mean, we could probably even 25. That's like, what is that? 25 over. Should be able to do that math. 1%. We can take it. So we took out the top 1% tax, high tax and low tax, basically. I think we should cut it down a little bit more than that. We should bump up the bottom, knock down the top. Try to get more of the middle. And then I'm going to do a couple zip codes and a price by zip code. So let's cut this closer. Let's do, let's try 40. Let's try 1500. Even 1,000. Let's do 1,000. Sick of paying for so much mail. I'll just get more accurate. Let's see what the guys are saying on here. Something Arizona or New Mexico with stream or trees or near BLM land. Yeah, there you go. I mean, near BLM land's a lot easier than getting streams and trees. But in Arizona, my definition of tree is like, I'm from northern Michigan. A tree, like, good luck hugging that thing. No sun gets through kind of tree. Arizona, the tree is, you could drive over it with your truck. They call them trees. Saying I'd like some land near Phoenix, probably within an hour drive. Do you have anything? I mean, probably see the prices go up. Closer to Phoenix you get. I don't have any really close to Phoenix right now. I've had some in the past, but I don't have any right now. I hope to get some in the future. 2147. So we took out like 300 over, let's say 25 roughly. What is that? 300 over 25. It's 12. So we're taking off kind of maybe 5 or 6% on either side. I think that's close enough. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, I grew up around Saginaw. There you go. So someone's talking about northern Michigan. I grew up near a little town called Elk Rapids, just north of Traverse City. It's not East Bay, East Arm, East Bay. Boat dock, could drive all over the place, woods everywhere. There was just over a mile of vacant beach from our house north to state land and a big nature preserve. You could go naked and there's no one around. Monty says, I like the land giveaway videos you're making. Nice. So I wanted to give away more than one property today. So I got my list pulled up of people that have won in the past. So if you've won, don't try it again. And I'd like to give a property away. Does anybody know what county we're talking about right now? So the first person to put in there what county we're talking about that has not won land, that doesn't work with me or for me, I'll give you a piece of property, and then if you want, I'll go resell it for you and give you cash. or if you want to keep it, run with it, do whatever you want with it, give it to your grandkids, and go for it. But you got to be willing to give me your name, address, stuff, so I can get the deed into your name and to you. A couple people haven't been willing to give me the information. Here we go. Charles Telefiro, Shasta. Thank you, Charles. I'm going to add you to my list here. So Charles, if you could email Gillian, 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 tell her you won. Tell her today's date. Today is 5/28. Tell her, I won the free property on Luke's video, 5/28. I'm adding you to my spreadsheet right now. And then, tell her what title you want the land in. So if it's your name, or you and your wife, or your kids, or your trust, or your company, whatever, the title that you want the land in. So you want to create a title that's going to outlive you, because a lot of these properties I get are from people that didn't know how to title their land. They lost it to the state, they lost it to the county, they lost it to somebody because they didn't name it right. So their kids, their heirs, whoever at church or someone they want to leave it to doesn't want to pay the taxes, and they walk away from it, and the thing goes back to the government. Like, how sad is that? So just title the property to outlive you, to pass on to whoever you want that thing to go to, and you can save your kids or your charity or whoever a lot of paperwork and fees later on. So title, your address of where you want the deed sent to. You'll get paperwork in the mail and stuff on it. And yeah, that address is where the future tax bills will go, and some kind of contact information. I mean, you're going to be emailing this in, so I'll get your email address, but it would be nice to be able to call you if I have any questions. I like the phone, just picking up the phone and getting stuff answered, right? So if you have a phone number, that'd be great too. So thank you. Thanks for playing along. Thanks, Charles. And I'm gonna give some more land away later on in the video. Let's buy some more land here first. I might get called out because the kids are running all over, but at least we'll give some land away. Okay, so we got Shasta County on the screen. We got 0.7 acres to 42 acres, because in these kind of mountainous country land stuff, the price dollar per acre doesn't seem to correlate to the market, in my opinion. So I don't care. 1 acre, 20 acres, 40 acres, they get the same offer. Improved percent 0 through 1. I'm trying to get the stuff that's not improved. Property tax $40 through $1,000. I'm trying to get rid of the little no tax weirdo land, and I'm trying to get rid of the high tax stuff that probably has something built on it, or something fancy's going on that I don't want to be involved in. I mean, it would be nice, but I don't want to waste my firepower on making offers to those people. They just call back and yell at me anyway. I want to downplay that as much as I can. And then land use, we're doing cabin, ranch, residential lot, rural home site, single family, vacant land. Basically just land that we could use to homestead on. That's what I'm trying to target here. And let me make sure stuff's still working. Still got green lights. Yeah, Charles saying, what was the email contact? The email, I'll type it in here. I think I did that right. So you can just cut and paste that, Gillian@ruralvacantland.com, and send that to, send her the information. She'll keep you updated and along the way and stuff. Okay, so we got this narrowed down. We got like 2,100 properties, and yeah, I could make an offer to all of them. And what I was saying earlier in the video is, if I made an offer to all of them, I'd probably get 1 out of 650 offers. That's what my statistics are kind of averaging right now on these types of properties. So if I did 2147 divided by 650, three-ish properties. I'd probably get 3-ish properties. I'm trying to increase my odds on that. So today I'm going to try to play with, or I was messing around with this last night, but I didn't really get anywhere. So I got Shasta County zip codes. I got all the zip codes in the county, because it's really easy in the database to, this isn't totally logical, but it's easy in the database to sort by zip code. So I put the zip code in there and just get properties in that zip, just make offers on that zip and just price for that zip is the idea. And I'd like to try that and see if I can get more than 1 in 650 properties per offer. More than one property for 650 offers. So I got the whole county up here, and they got a whole bunch of these zip codes. Some of these zip codes have like no population and stuff, but some of them have a bunch. Like Reading, that's a big city. So if we click on that, I mean, it's going to be downtown stuff. I don't want city lots with all kinds of regulations and things. I don't want it. It's too difficult. It's too much research. I'm not in the area to know it. It's not my thing. Anderson. Here's Anderson. This is, I think, part of this is just south of Reading. This is town. This is maybe the side of town, but still too much town for me. That's where the major populations are. And then we've got one here. Well, let's see what Bella Vista is. 1,200 people. What's the zip code here? 9. Oh, look at that. Okay, so it runs up to 299, close to the lake, Round Mountain, some parklands and stuff. This could be interesting. Buy enough properties, we can change that population. 96008, 96008. Okay, so I think this, yeah, I just pulled this one up. Okay, so in Zillow 96008, I just put the zip code into Zillow, and Zillow pulls up the map, and it's got the properties that are for sale in there. The cheapest thing on here, $15,000 for near 40 acres. The picture looks like crazy land. I mean, I guess when it rains, you can go whitewater rafting through your property, but what else are you going to use this for? Very close to Lake Shasta, appears to be landlocked and also lacks physical road access. Isn't that the definition of landlocked? A seasonal creek runs through the property. A creek could be cool. The property is about 700 feet from the road over private owned land. Yeah, I could go to work on negotiating with the neighbors and everything, but do I want to? No. Let's see. Wow, 427 views in the last 30 days. That's pretty cool. So if we get the price right in this area, people will look at it. That's good to know. It's not like 3 people look at the stupid priced one. That's not a cool market. I've been burned by those markets. Can't sell anything. 10 acres. Someone's saying Gillian's really nice. Thanks, guys. Couple different comments going by. Seaman Gulch, Bella Vista, California. It's like 30 grand for 10 acres. So, view, hills, road. Bad pictures. Huh. Creek over here. Okay, so 30 grand. So 15 grand's landlocked. 30 grand looks like competition. They dropped the price. Here, let's look at the price history. How long's this been around? They tried 40 grand in February, 30 grand in March. They're hot to trot, right? They really want to move the property. What was the size? 10 acres. Taking some notes. So I think in that zip code, 30 grand's the competition. This other stuff, I mean, look how long this has been on Zillow. 400 days. 113 days. This is 35 grand for half the size. This is 10 acres for 37. 1 acre for 42, 5 acres for 57. Okay, so my theory is if I do this with a bunch of zip codes around the area and I look at the county, if I look at county-wide kind of pricing and I go zip code by zip code, I can get a lot more accurate pricing by zip code, but still taking into mind the stuff around the zip code, not just that zip code, but the stuff around it too. So I just did Bella Vista 96008. Well, let's add in site. Let's see how many properties are in there. I want site zip. There we go. Ah, jeez. Site zip code. Okay. Now I want 96008 to 96008. Let's see if it comes up. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. How's that make any sense? What did I do wrong? There's only 2 properties. Something wrong with the land use, huh? I'm missing some land use in there. So anyway, we got an idea what I'm doing wrong. It's got to be land use. There's got to be more than 2 properties for sale. There's more properties on Zillow than in the county data. I'm thinking it's got to be land use. Let's just take the land use out and see how many properties we get and see what they are, and then add it back in. It's not. It's like something's wrong. So I'm wondering if the site zip code is not filled in for a lot of this data. That might be. So my whole theory might be shot. I have to go back just mailing the whole county. Let's try some of these other zip codes and see if they come up in there somewhere. Bernie, B-U-R-N-E-Y. Let's see where that is. Round Mountain. Okay, so the other one was over here. B-U-R-N-E-Y. 96013. Okay, let's see if we get a bunch here. Now we got to add in the we got to add back in the land use. Oh, come on. 4 properties? Guys, my theory's not working. Maybe these areas just so small, but there's got to be more residential stuff. Lake Shasta. I should pull up old data that I have on Shasta County from this database and see if there's site zip codes. Maybe they're just not filling in the site zip codes for these things, and it just doesn't work. That might be the problem. It's just the site zip codes just aren't in the database. So A2 is saying maybe the county doesn't have very much recording going on there. It doesn't matter so much about the recording that's going on there, because this is assessor data. I'm getting data from the assessor, and the assessor's got to tax these properties, right? They got to like come up with some kind of value to rank these properties, saying you're paying this much of the tax and you're paying that much of the tax. People with fancy properties pay more tax than people with the lowly, middle nowhere properties. So I know someone from Bernie, probably not spelled right. Yeah, so I'm thinking my data is off, and that's the issue. If you bear with me a second here, I could pull up some old data. without having to pull data and pay for it. I'm going to do it on another screen, and then I'm going to open it on the screen that you guys can see. I might do it this way. I'll put my head on the screen, I'm going to pull up the data, and then I'll open it back up. So let me think about this for a minute. Sorry, it's kind of boring here for a second, but this is part of buying land. It's like researching stuff. Figure out where my data is. It's been a while since I mailed their W-19. So I'm talking to myself. Shasta data. Here we go. Let me get back to here. Let's do this. Okay, so I pulled up an old data set that I pulled from Shasta County in the past, like, I don't know, 6 months ago or something. And let's see what it's got. Let's see if we can find the site address. Mailing, oh, mail, we want site or situs. Situs. In here they call it situs. In the database, like the search thing, they call it site. So that's kind of situs zip. It's not in here. That's the problem. Situs zip code. Look at that. A whole bunch of zeros. There's my problem. Okay, so the whole idea of hitting this county by zip code is not going to work. Maybe other counties have more zip code data and I could hit them by zip code, but this one doesn't have the data. So every county's got different sets of data. It depends on what they think is important to put into the database and not. So this assessor after assessor after assessor for however many generations over here in Shasta County never thought it was worthwhile to put the location of the property's address and zip code in there for all of them. They just got some of them. That's why just a couple properties are coming up. So that explains why we're getting that kind of search data in the criteria. I thought we could go through a mailer, price it out by zip code. And then nope. So I think I'm just gonna blast the whole county with some more offers. Maybe we can just go look at the whole county. I mean, the other way is I could draw polygons and stuff around areas that I want to hit. But yeah, so here's the county. See, there's hardly anything for sale up here. These are kind of the ones I'd like to be into. There's Lawson Volcanic National Parks. I'd like to be down here. I'd like this whole region over here. Maybe I could just slice out this area. So, you know, get into these kinds of properties. Round Mountain, just Shingletown. Thousand Lakes Wilderness. That sounds like my kind of place. Look at this. This is a big park. You're gonna be down here looking up at the mountains, big, like snow-capped mountains. That'd be cool. Okay, so let me get back to my live dashboard stuff. See if I can see what you guys are saying on the chat. See if I mix anything. Seeing the pages all look super blurred to them. Sorry about that. Maybe it might be the internet connection. Mine seems to be pumping pretty strong right now. Seeing I got glasses on, still blurry. Sorry guys. The shift says I want land in Shasta. Yeah, I want some Shasta land too. It was a good idea, Luke. Too bad it didn't work out the way you thought. Yeah, I mean, it'll work in other counties. It just doesn't work in this county. And so that's a part of finding land, is just hammering on the different data sets. And one of the best ways to figure out a data set for a county is to take a taste of the data. And I think a lot of the people that do this, they don't ever do that. Like, go pull a dozen records or 20 records or 50 records or something. The cost is like next to nothing compared to the greater picture of it. And look at what kind of data is there and analyze the data. Say, okay, they've got zip codes. We could go by zip codes. Or they've got book and page. We could go by book and page. Or they've got some way to sort these things down and get more accurate neighborhood information or something. Some counties just don't. They just don't have that stuff. So, screen share, Luke. Yeah, there's nothing on the screen right now. It's just boring stuff. You're right, though. I should have gone back. Looking for land in South Riverside County off of 215 freeway, but off the beaten path. Keep me in mind, please. Yeah, there you go. I'm always looking for land all over the place. When it comes up, I get it on the website. I can't keep track of everybody's demands of what they want, but thank you. Thanks for looking at the land. A2, well, I'm still learning something. No worries. What software is being used for property search? Yeah, so I'm using RealQuest Pro in this search. I use a bunch of different softwares, but this style search I was using RealQuest Pro. And they're like 200 something a month, 250, 275, something like that a month. But if you get the Land Academy subscription, they're like 200 a month, and you get that plus a bunch of other sets of software that help you figure out land a lot better. The shift saying used to live right there. Okay, so what was I want to give away one more piece of property. Somebody that's listening, pay attention, who is not subscribed, subscribed but not working with me, for me, or has won before. And a bunch of names in here look familiar, but there's some new names too. So some of those new names, you got a shot at winning some land. What was I searching by? What was I trying to filter these properties down? And was not working in this search to buy some land. I thought it would, but just a really short little word. If you come up with that word, first person to put that into the chat box, I'll give you a free piece of property. If you let me go resell it for you, I'll give you the cash for the thing. If you want to keep it, run with it, go build on it, make out with it, you can have it. Donnie Wales 656 says zip code. So there we go. Donnie Wales 656. I'm pretty darn sure you've never won before. Let me just pull up my my thing here. If I can find it. It's on a different screen, so I'm not sharing with everybody. Here we go. Yeah, Donnie Wales, you look new. Thank you. Thanks, Donnie Wales. Let's put you in there. Today's date's 5/28. So I'm referencing this video that you're winning in. And Donnie Wales, if you would email my assistant, Gillian. I'll type her email in here again. Gillian at ruralvacantland.com. And it'll just go by there in a sec. You can copy and paste that and email her your information, your contact information, so I can call you if I have any questions. What title you want the property in. Title something that's going to outlive you, like a trust or a company. You could put it in your name and change it later on, but just don't leave it in your name when you pass on. You got to get it into something that'll outlive you before you pass on, or else you get all kinds of, your heirs get all kinds of fees and paperwork that you don't want to deal with, or they don't want to deal with. So your address, where you want this deed sent to, and future tax bills sent to, I'll get it paid for. I'll do the paperwork to get it coming through in your name. I'll present it to you in a video later on after it actually comes through and it's happening, and I don't get outbid and outmaneuvered and stuff doing it publicly. So thank you. Thanks everybody for listening, watching. Happy Memorial Day. Thanks for coming on the holiday. Kids are getting destructive out there, and I think it's time for me to sign off and go check on the kids and do a little policing action or redirect them into something else, more my style, and see what we can do today. Thank you guys. Talk to you later. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you're watching this later on and it's not live, you should subscribe for next time and get a shot at some free land. Talk to you guys later. Bye.